So today, I hope everything's going well. I know that we had a windstorm yesterday and that was kind of weird.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. Were you on campus for when it went out, the power?
No, I was actually back at my house and actually had power.
Oh, lucky you. Okay, well, again, welcome. And you're here today to interview for the Dynamic Airs promotional representative position.
Yeah.
And so the way that this interview is going to work is I'm going to kind of lay it out for you right now. We're going to start with just a couple general questions, just about kind of your general background in education.
Yeah, sure.
And then we're going to move into a couple hypothetical scenarios.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Of course, I just use the
Of course.
resume and cover letter.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so our first question is, could you tell me a little bit about your education and experience as they relate to our position that we're offering?
Yeah, so back in high school, I went to this high school called De La Salle North Catholic, and they had this special program where you went to school 4 days, or attended class 4 days a week, and on the 5th day, you were assigned to a corporate workplace. So ever since I was age 14, I've had experiences in the corporate structure, so I'm very familiar with that. And now I'm going to UP, Organizational Communications major, and that's all about studying the organization too. So.
Okay. Now you said you learned a little bit about corporate structure. Could you go a little more into that?
Yeah, or at least the places that I internshipped at,
Mm-hmm.
it was a very hierarchical structure. So it was I was the head guy, and then the supervisors and the people underneath. So you really learn how to be able to work independently.
Mm-hmm.
There was always someone who gave you a task, but you always had the option to go about it the way that you see fit. So it really helped to build up that independent work style.
Okay, cool. So it helps you build up a little bit of an independent work ethic and
Yeah.
just kind of be able to work on your own.
Yes.
Okay. Now, now I'm going to go into a couple of hypothetical scenarios.
Sure.
So for our first hypothetical scenario, we're a hair care product thing.
Yes.
And we're releasing a new hair care product. And I'm going to give you a description of our product. And I would like you to pitch it to me like I'm a potential customer.
Okay.
Just take a couple seconds to read that. Go ahead.
So imagine that your favorite team has just gone to the Super Bowl, right? And you want to be there to support them. And what better way to support them than to change your hair into the team color? But the next day, like Super Bowl Sunday, right? The next day you have work. You don't want to go to work with, green hair or orange hair. With our product, it comes out in one wash. So after you're done showing your support to your team, just hop in the shower, take a quick 2-minute shower, and it just straight comes out. There's no messy leftovers. It's quick, easy, simple, and you get to show your support to your team.
Now say, I'm not going to actually give you a description for this one. So say that we're releasing a brand new product. Now, what's big in our company is we use a lot of social media to kind of advertise our different products. Now, how do you use social media to advertise our new product? Let's say it's a shampoo.
Shampoo? I would go with the route of videos because I would take the YouTube video route. It's free to host on their website, and YouTube is a really big thing right now. With all the new media coming up, I feel like the traditional media companies are kind of dying out. Even TV ratings are lower than they used to be, but YouTube views are going higher and higher and higher. So, put a little bit of a budget into a YouTube video. Make it funny, creative, clever, and I think the rest of it takes care of itself.
Okay. Are there any other modes of social media that you might utilize?
Yeah, videos is what I think would be the highest form, but there's always Facebook, Twitter. I think Twitter would be a really big thing right now. You can help generate a lot of buzz on Twitter. But the only thing with Twitter, though, is I feel like you have to already have a pre-existing fan base to do it. Because if you're not a big company, no one's going to want to follow a product that no one has any idea what it is yet.
Okay, now, so with the position, you'd be working with our web developmental team. Now, now, say you were kind of just, not in a conflict per se, but you had creative differences with our web design team. How would you express your opinion while making others feel heard and appreciated? How would you create good collaboration?
If we're in a team setting,
Mm-hmm.
I understand that sometimes there has to be certain compromises
Mm-hmm.
with people, especially in the creative fields. So if I'm having a disagreement with, or a creative difference with the team, I think that we should just sit down and just talk it out and just express like the exact point where we are disagreeing on something. And after we figure out that exact thing that we're disagreeing about, we can try to figure it out and come up with some kind of middle ground for it.
Okay. So for you, would you say that the main issue would be identifying the problem or kind of compromising towards a solution?
I think identifying the problem is the most important thing in itself, because if you don't know what the problem is, how can you compromise towards it?
Of course.
Both parties aren't clear about it.
Okay, so you say that in our situation, that identifying the problem would be extremely prevalent. You kind of have to get to the root of the problem. Now, going back to our social media question, you said that you think videos would be our main facet for advertising our products.
Yeah.
And then you've built, back to your education experience, said you built a number of different like corporate structure, or you've really come to kind of get it through your internships and your special work experience. I like that, 4 days a week. And yeah, do you have any further questions for me about the company or about this interview?
Yeah, so what is your current plan for web expansion as of the moment right now?
Well, web expansion right now, we're looking, for the actual position, we're looking to hire a promotional representative.
Yeah.
So we're kind of lacking in the social media part of our organization right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we need someone that could come in and could provide us with a couple different services. They would create appealing advertisements, obviously, so with the videos and things like that, as well as other images and kind of just general advertisements, maybe billboards or something like that, as well as kind of going out and really going into our consumer base and seeing like who buys our products, who buys Dynamic Air, and kind of getting their feedback and using consumer reports. And also, you would have to maintain a social media presence, so obviously via Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. And also, you would be collaborating with our web designers, so they would kind of do their thing and you would work alongside them to help create an appealing kind of facade for us. As well as you'd be attending promotional conferences and kind of just general networking. And yeah, so just a couple more words about our company. We're a hair care product company, obviously. We have a complete line of hair care products for our royal customers. That's kind of our bit, the Dynamic Air. We kind of tailor to regality or royalty. Now, we also provide an expansive line of products for all our customers. Obviously, we can't just tailor to those who are regal, whatever it may be. And we kind of, like our products are made to last. They're made to last through sporting events. Like we base our products just off of kind of athletes and how they do their hair.
Yeah.
And yes, and do you have any further questions at all?
I think that's all I have.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming in, and you'll probably hear from us in about 2 weeks.